In the early hours of November 3, 2025, something happened inside NASA's Deep Space Network that no one was prepared for. A signal, brief, sharp, and impossibly powerful, struck one of the largest antennas on Earth. It lasted less than a second, but in that single second it broke equations, shattered predictions, and forced scientists to question everything they thought they knew about the universe. The data was immediately encrypted, flagged, and hidden. What NASA detected that night wasn't just unusual, it was impossible. And now whispers are leaking from inside the agency. Whispers saying this signal didn't come from a star, a pulsar, or a black hole. It came from something else. Something artificial, something moving. And whatever it is, might already be on its way here. The Robledo Deep Space Complex in Madrid was quiet that night. At 2:14 a.m., the massive DSS-63 antenna, one of the few 70-meter dishes capable of reaching deep space, suddenly jolted with an unexpected spike of electromagnetic activity. A technician on the night shift, Javier Morales, was the first to notice. According to internal notes obtained by anonymous sources, he froze. The pattern didn't match anything in the database. Not a quasar, not a pulsar, not cosmic radiation, not Jupiter's magnetic storms, not spacecraft telemetry. It was structured, layered, like a message. Before Morales could run a secondary scan, his terminal locked. A warning appeared on screen. Signal classified, level 7, do not discuss. Moments later, supervisors arrived, hard drives were physically removed, and every technician was ordered to sign additional confidentiality forms reserved for encounters involving unidentified aerospace phenomena. Something was different this time. Something big. Behind closed doors, astrophysicists began dissecting the captured data. What they found worried them. The signal repeated itself at intervals so precise that no natural source could explain it. The frequency drifted in a way consistent with movement, linear acceleration rather than gravitational rotation. Whatever emitted it was traveling. But the biggest shock came when they analyzed its harmonics. Embedded inside were ratios and numerical patterns matching prime number sequences. In the field of SETI, this is the golden standard of artificial messaging, a cosmic handshake, a universal hello. And here it was, buried inside a real signal. NASA locked the information down instantly. No discussion, no leaks, no public acknowledgement. NASA's official press release the next morning simply stated, "A brief telemetry anomaly occurred at the DSN Madrid station. All systems are nominal." But insiders claim the agency quietly called for a level 7 containment, the same classification used during the 1977 WOW signal investigation. Only this time the signal wasn't random. It had clear structure, a direction, motion, and it was increasing in strength. Over the next 48 hours, antennas in California and Australia detected faint echoes of the same emission. Triangulation revealed a chilling truth. The source wasn't stationary. It wasn't drifting naturally. It was accelerating, ignoring gravity, stellar winds, and every known physical force. Its trajectory wasn't orbital. It was intentional. On November 6th, a fragment of the internal data leaked anonymously into a private research forum. The message contained only 7 words. "We detected something artificial. They're hiding it." Researchers dismissed it as a hoax until amateur radio astronomers pointed their equipment toward the same coordinates. Within days, they picked up faint traces too. Different equipment, different methods, same pattern. This wasn't a glitch. This wasn't interference. The object was real, and it was approaching our solar system. Breaking down the signal further revealed something even stranger. The prime number sequence suddenly stopped and reversed. No natural object in the universe reverses a numerical pattern. This was deliberate modulation, a choice, not an accident. For decades, theoretical physicists have speculated that reversing prime sequences could be used to encode dimensional compression or spatial manipulation. And that's exactly what the data suggested. Compressive space-time distortions, consistent with theoretical warp fields. Somehow this object, wherever it came from, was manipulating space-time. In 2021, A defense-affiliated lab accidentally detected a tiny warp bubble during a Casimir cavity experiment. Most people forgot about it, but scientists didn't. The deep space signal now showed the same mathematical signature, except on a scale millions of times larger. Whatever was emitting the signal wasn't just artificial, it was using propulsion far beyond human capability. Warp manipulation would explain everything: the acceleration, the non-gravitational path, the sharp directional changes, the harmonic distortions. This wasn't a comet or probe, it was a controlled craft. The object's projected origin traced back to a region near the Perseus void, one of the emptiest areas in the known universe. No stars, no heat, no stellar nurseries, just darkness. But to an advanced civilization, a void would be the perfect corridor for silent travel. A second leaked document contained a chilling sentence. It avoided luminous regions intentionally. NASA quietly redirected the James Webb Space Telescope to take an infrared snapshot of the object's projected path. The first image returned corrupted. Analysts blamed sensor errors until ground-based observatories began detecting matching distortions. Space wasn't empty in that direction. It was bending, like something powerful was tunneling through it. Quantum physicists recognized the pattern immediately. It resembled simulations of a hypothetical compressed space corridor, a controlled fold in space-time. Then, 3 days after the Webb observation, the object emitted a new series of pulses. This time, the modulation was rhythmic, almost musical. Analysts converted the signal into audio, revealing a rising harmonic resembling a breathing pattern, followed by long oscillations and an abrupt drop into silence. Some believed it was communication, others believed it was scanning. One internal memo simply said, "It feels like it's listening." Then everything changed. The object shifted direction instantly at a right angle. This maneuver is physically impossible for anything with mass traveling through normal space. But if you're not moving through space, if you're bending it, then direction becomes irrelevant. This maneuver confirmed what many scientists feared. The object wasn't bound by inertia. It was traveling using a method we barely understand. Inside NASA, panic didn't break out. Preparation did. Encryption protocols activated across the deep space network. Communications restricted. Observatories ordered to black out data streams. Specialized military satellites repositioned. These were not procedures for cosmic anomalies. They were procedures for unidentified aerospace threats. The US Air Force, Space Force, and select intelligence agencies were notified. Publicly, silence. NASA's classified simulations projected the object's trajectory. Every model ended the same way: closest approach to Earth in 18 to 22 months. Not a collision, not a near miss, a controlled flyby, a deliberate pass, as if it wanted to observe, measure, or record. This wasn't a wandering relic or debris. This was reconnaissance, and then suddenly the signal stopped. Not faded,